Hello. Today we will be discussing about polynomial functions. Now, just to give you some of the terminologies that we will be using, here are the following. Number one, a polynomial is the sum of monomial terms. A monomial consists of a coefficient, a number, and a variable raised to a whole number. So that means the exponents cannot be negative. It cannot be a fraction. The degree of an individual term of a polynomial is the exponent of the variable, while the degree of the whole polynomial is the highest degree of any of the terms. Now, when do we say that a polynomial function is in standard form? It is if the terms are written from the highest to the lowest exponent, or from highest to lowest degree. Now, the leading term is the term with the highest degree. And the leading coefficient is the coefficient of the leading term. So in other words, the leading term is the term with the highest exponent. Let's have an example. Supposing we are given 9x plus 7x cubed minus 5 minus 4x squared. As it is written, let us write down the terms. Now, the terms are separated by addition or subtraction. So the first term here is 9x. Go ahead and in your papers, write down 9x for the first term. Now, the degree of this term is the exponent of the variable, the exponent of x. Now, the exponent of x here, if it is not given, that means it is 1. So the degree is equal to 1. The coefficient is the number beside the variable. So the coefficient in this case is 9. Now, the second term in the given polynomial is 7x cubed. The degree of the variable, the exponent of the variable is 3, and the coefficient is 7. Now, the third term is negative 5. So we'll have to include the sign. Now, negative 5 is basically the same as negative 5x raised to 0, because x raised to 0, any number raised to 0 is equal to 1. So this would be negative 5 times 1 will give you negative 5. So therefore, the degree of this term is 0. And the coefficient would be negative 5. And as for the last term, we have negative 4x squared. Negative 4x squared. The degree of this term is 2. And the coefficient is negative 4. Now, you're asked to write this down in standard form. Now, remember, in standard form, you start with the highest degree. So the highest degree is 3. Therefore, our first term in the standard form is 7x cubed. The next highest degree is 2. So the second term would be negative 4 or minus 4x squared, followed by the degree of 1, which is plus 9x, and the last term would be minus 5. Now, the degree of this polynomial is the highest degree of any term. So your highest degree here is 3. So the degree of this polynomial is 3. And the leading coefficient, so we are basically looking at the first term of the polynomial when it is written in standard form. So the degree is 3 and the leading coefficient is 7. Go ahead and try this on your own. Pause this video and try this problem on your own. All right. So for this problem, the highest exponent for x is x to the fourth. So this would be your first term in standard form, 8x to the fourth, followed by the exponent of 3, so minus 7x cubed, followed by the squared term, so minus 3x squared, and the least degree is x to the first power, or just x. So we have 8x to the fourth power minus 7x cubed minus 3x squared plus x. Okay, again, we are looking at the first term when the polynomial is arranged or written in standard form. So the degree of this polynomial is 4, and the leading coefficient is 8. Okay, let's try one more. Pause this video and do this on your own. All right. So the highest exponent for this polynomial is 7. Okay. Now, when you write down the term, you make sure to include the sign. So minus 12x to the 7, followed by 6x to the fifth power, followed by x to the fourth. If there is no sign before the term, that means it's positive. So it's positive x to the fourth, followed by negative 6x or minus 6x, and the last term would be minus 8. Then again, for the degree of the polynomial, we are looking at the first term of the standard form. So the degree of this polynomial is 7. And the leading coefficient is minus 12.